Excuse me, Lena, but what do you think you're doing by going back to your parents' home without having taken care of the house chores and the errands I asked you to do? Come back at once and finish up the house chores, and drive me to my lessons.
Good morning, Alice. I'm afraid it's not possible right now as I'm on a train.
What? To begin with, you shouldn't even think about going back to your parents' home right now. I don't care whether you're on the train or not. You can get off at the next station, so come back home at once.
I believe I told you before that my brother is getting married, so I will be away for about a week or so.
I do remember you telling me, but I don't remember giving you the permission to go back. Come back at once.
Please don't talk nonsense. I can't not attend my brother's wedding as his younger sister. It would be impolite to his fiancé's family.
Do you think I care about such a thing? You don't seem to have enough of a sense of responsibility as my son's wife. It seems like I need to be even more strict on you from now on.
Are you telling me that I can't attend my brother's wedding nor go back to my parents' home?
Of course. Why even question the matter? Once you get married, that means that you cut your family ties with your parents. That is a given.
So you say, but in your case, I hear that you are still very much dependent on your younger sister and that you continue to go back multiple times a year to visit your family's house.
What?
And that's considered all right?
It's all right because that's my case.
Oh, I see. In that case, it also means that it's all right for me to go back to my parents' place.
What?
I have to get off the train soon, so please excuse me.
Hold on a moment, Lena. You need to face the facts. You were raised by your father, and you were allowed to marry into a family that manages a company. You need to realize just how fortunate you are. That sort of rebellious attitude gives away your unforgivable behavior. If this is how you want to deal with the matter, then I will take action. Don't come begging for my forgiveness later.
Lena, seems like Mom did something crazy again.
Oh, John.
I came back home from work and was getting out my formal wear when Mom started complaining to me about you. I told her that I didn't have much time and managed to leave the house, but I guess it wouldn't feel good if you were told such things. I'm really sorry. I want just the two of us to live on our own, but I need to make sure that it's the right timing, especially with Dad.
I'm fine. I know what your plans are, and I'm pretty good at resisting, so no worries.
Yeah, please hold on tight for a little longer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, really, don't worry. And where are you now, John?
I just met up with Dad at the train station and am standing on the platform. We'll be taking the train we plan to take.
I got it. Safe travels.
Yep, thanks.
Excuse me, Alice. Nearly all of my things arrived at my parents' place today. This is more or less everything that I had in the house.
Oh, did they arrive? I sent your stuff to your parents' place, of course, with cash on delivery. There was much more stuff than I thought, so packing them was such hard work.
Could you explain to me what is going on?
Well, you ignored my order and went back to your parents' house. That means that you have no intention of coming back here, right? That's why I kindly packed up your things and sent them to your parents' place.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you.
Why don't you just get a divorce now? If you don't plan to come back, that also means that you don't plan to continue being married to my son, right? If you wish, I can send you the necessary divorce papers all filled out for you with my son's name on it.
No, that will not be necessary.
Oh, really? Even if you try to resist getting a divorce, you won't be able to enter this house anymore. After all, you disobeyed your husband's mother's order and went back to your parents' home without my permission. Did you understand me? You are not to come back here anymore.
Yes, as you wish.
Oh, so you do listen to me on that point.
That's right. It seems that we agree on that point. Or rather, it's the only point we agree on. Thank you for sending me my things. However, I can't take any responsibility for whatever may happen later on.
What?
John will be messaging you later. He told me. Please excuse me.
John? Oh, I was just messaging with Lena.
Why did you do such a thing?
What are you talking about?
Things are really chaotic here right now because you sent all of Lena's things to her parents' home. In order to find out what made you do this, Lena messaged you, and you told her to divorce me?
What? You saw that message?
That's right. I saw the messages word for word right next to Lena. Dad was also reading them with us.
Your father? What? Your father is also there? Why? What is going on here? I thought that you and your father were going to attend a wedding of one of your partner company's presidents.
That business partner happens to be Lena's brother.
What? That means Lena's brother's wedding that she attended is the same one that you and your father attended? The one with your business partners?
Goodness sakes, did you think that these would be two different weddings on the same day?
Well, yes.
When we exchanged greetings with Lena's family, I explained to you about her brother. Don't you remember?
Oh, was that right?
And also, I remember now how rude you were when you found out that Lena grew up in a single parent's home. But I didn't think that you would have forgotten everything about her brother when he introduced himself to you. I'm not even angry, I'm just stupefied.
And your father?
Dad is in the midst of apologizing to Lena, her father, and her brother on your behalf.
What?
But this shouldn't be a surprise. To find out that their precious family member was being harassed by their business partner's family. There is now undeniable proof thanks to your messages.
It's not my fault because I didn't know about that.
Even if you didn't know, the fact remains that you were harassing Lena.
This was not harassment. I was just teaching her the basic manners as her mother-in-law.
Oh, stop it. It's just miserable hearing you make excuses like this.
But
Well, whatever it is, the consequence will be the same.
the consequence?
We ended up doing this ahead of the schedule since you sent Lena's things to her parents' house. But enough is enough. There is no use waiting around anymore.
John, what are you talking about?
Dad is going to take the first train back home tomorrow and explain things to you then. That's all for me. Bye.
Lena, you can come back home now.
What?
Also, tell me your brother's contact information.
What is going on?
I'm not harassing you, and I need to clear up this misunderstanding with your brother. I hear he's the president of my husband's business partner's company. This is how things are, so you come back home right now and tell me your brother's contact information.
Excuse me?
Do it quickly.
I am no longer a part of your family anymore.
What?
John has decided to change his last name to mine.
What? What are you saying?
Also, I hear that your husband asked you for a divorce.
How do you know that?
Well, I had heard about it from him previously.
What? Beforehand?
I was so fed up with her awful attitude, and then when she began harassing my son's wife, I really couldn't let things go on the way they were, since this would also damage our business, not to mention our family relationships. That is how he came to his conclusion, he told me.
What on earth? What is this? My husband, who I've been together with for many years, suddenly wants to get a divorce? My son, whom I have given everything, is taken away from me by his wife, and he decides to change his name to his wife's surname? Why are the two of them ganging up on me, one after the other?
John and your husband decided to act at the same time.
What?
They figured that if one of them acted before the other, you would come to depend on that person entirely. And in order to avoid having to go through such a situation, the two of them decided to act at the same time.
What is that? That's absolutely terrible.
You're conveniently forgetting the fact that you harassed your daughter-in-law. I think that is much more terrible in many ways.
In any case, give me your brother's contact information now.
Your husband and John have told me that. I don't need to listen to a word you say, which obviously means I don't need to follow your orders.
This is your husband's mother ordering you to do this. You have to listen to me.
Are you not aware of the fact that your position will soon be taken away from you? I don't plan to listen to what you say either, and I am not such an idiot that I would give you my brother's personal information.
What the?
John told me that I don't need to deal with you anymore.
Wait a moment.
So please excuse me.
Lena!
The day after the divorce was finalized, "It's all that woman's fault," said my mother-in-law, and jumped onto the train to come to my parents' house. Or that's what she had intended to do, but for some reason, she got onto the train going in the opposite direction and got off at the wrong train station. It seems that she had not remembered where my parents' home was and got off at a station that sounded similar to the one where my parents' home is. Because she couldn't quite remember the address, the police finally became involved. I'm not sure what she wanted to do. Her relative came to pick her up and was sent straight to her parents' home in the next town. After that, she stayed at the house in which her parents and her younger sister live in, but without doing any work whatsoever. At the moment, they're planning to move her away to a place where she can both live and work in the same place.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Marissa, I'm currently outside the house, but you're free right now, right?
What? Oh, did you leave the house, Micaela?
Come on, I'm 27 and I know there's an age gap between me and my husband who's 43. I heard that he had a single sister who was 1 year younger than him, so I was prepared to live with a sister-in-law who was older than me, but...
What's your point?
I never thought you'd be such a failure. Are you seriously 15 years older than me but unemployed and still single?
Do I look like that much of a failure to you?
I mean, you never do anything, right? It's the afternoon of a weekday, but you've got no plans.
I mean, I guess right now I have nothing to do, but I have to prepare for my trip to America, so it's not like I'm always not doing anything.
Are you sure you need to go to America?
What do you mean?
I'm telling you not to go.
Huh?
It'll cost a lot of money, right?
Well, I guess I have to pay for the airplane tickets and stuff, so it will cost some money, but...
Don't you think that's not something an unemployed person can just do without the permission of others?
It's true that I'm not working currently, but I explained that and also why I was living in my parents' house when you moved in, right?
You did tell me, but it's not a reason to go to America.
Even if you say that, I can't just not go.
Oh my god, I didn't text you to talk about this. I wanted to tell you to do all the household chores if you got nothing to do.
I don't mind doing the chores, but you're the one who's going to make tonight's dinner, right?
Just do it for me, will you? I'm busy unlike you. I know it's my turn to make dinner today, but I don't have the time for it. You have no right to complain when you've got nothing to do anyways, while I, on the other hand, am busy.
Fine, I'll make the dinner for tonight.
Well then, I need to go now, so bye.
Good morning, Marissa.
Good morning, Gaston.
I'm gonna finish work with my work in Italy today, just like planned.
I see. Thanks for your work.
Oh, thanks. So I'll ask you again just in case. Did you get airplane tickets for next week, Tuesday? There's no need to change the date, right?
Yep, it's fine. I'm done with almost all the preparation already.
I see. So just as planned then. I'll go to your house on Tuesday morning and greet your family as well.
Alright, I'm looking forward to it.
On the other hand, though, you said that your brother who owns a business married a woman named Micaela? Who's 27 years old, right? And that she's living with you guys.
Yup, she moved in 3 months ago. Apparently her parents already passed away, and the two of them suddenly married without her families ever meeting.
Did you ever hear where she graduated university?
Oh, she mentioned that she went to the same university as you, K University.
Does she have a mole under her left eye?
Yeah, she does. Do you two know each other?
Unless this is just some sort of coincidence and this Micaela is a different person, then yeah, we knew each other in university. This feels like it could be trouble. Maybe we were lucky I was relocated to America.
What's the matter?
Sorry, I want to contact your brother-in-law and tell her something about Micaela first. I'll tell you about it later. It'll be best if I'm just making a mistake, but
This sounds important. Got it. Just tell me about it later.
That reminds me, it's been 3 months since I got married and moved here.
Oh, it's already been that long?
You're still unemployed, right, Marissa?
Yeah.
So, when are you gonna get a job?
Probably a bit later in the future. Now is not a good time to look for a job.
Huh? You're 42 and still think that's how you think? Don't you think that's a bit problematic?
Well, you say that, but I don't know what kind of jobs there'll be over there, so...
What? Will you stop talking nonsense? Oh, never mind. I don't think this is impossible.
What's not possible?
I am biologically unable to live with you anymore, so please leave.
Huh? I already told you this multiple times, but I'm leaving for America next week, so...
Huh? You're talking about your trip to America again? I already told you I'm not going to let you waste my money on a trip. If you got the time to prepare for such things, then why don't you find a job? Hurry up and get a job so you can leave this house.
Micaela, you're telling me not to go to America anymore and instead find a job? Do you know how difficult that will be for me?
What part of that is difficult? It's easy. Just don't waste money on a trip to America and get a job so you can provide us with money. You don't have to get a full-time job immediately. It's fine if you work part-time or as a dispatch worker. It's a lot better than just being unemployed, right?
Micaela, did I phrase what I just said poorly?
What, you still have excuses?
When I said I'm going to America, I didn't mean that I was going on vacation.
What?
I'm going to be moving there, which means that I'm also going to be leaving this house. That's what I intended to say, but...
Huh? You're moving there? To America? Even though you don't have a job?
Didn't I tell you when you moved in? My fiancé is being relocated to America by the company he works for, so I quit the job I already had to go with him. I lived in a company-owned apartment while I was working there, so I had to move out when I quit. So I was going to live here at my parents' house until I moved to America.
What? You're so delusional. You're 41 but have a fiance? Jesus, at least tell me a more believable lie.
It's not a lie.
Do you have proof?
Ask my brother or my parents. They'll all tell you that I have a fiance. They've met him already, so that's enough proof, right?
What? But I don't want to do that. It'd be like I was playing along with your fantasies. Ew.
Then do you want me to send you a picture of him?
It could just be you and some other acquaintance, so that wouldn't count as proof.
Then why don't you wait until next Tuesday when I leave for America? He's going to be coming here to pick me up and greet my parents.
Huh?
Me moving to America is neither a fantasy nor a lie. Whether you believe it or not, I'm soon going to be leaving this country.
Ew, are you getting mad at me since you couldn't prove it? You're so pathetic.
We're leaving next week Tuesday. You'll be able to meet him then. The two of us are going to head to the airport after that, so send us off, okay?
What? Were you actually being serious? This can't be true. Your fiancé is Gaston?
I was prepared for there to be a scene when you saw him, but I didn't expect you to be that surprised.
What's the meaning of this?
You were both in the same club at university, apparently. You had already graduated when you were a student there, but he was a sort of coach who sometimes visited the club, right?
Why? He said no when I said I wanted to go out with him. Why is an unemployed old woman an elite businessman who works for a foreign firm? There's no place where you two could have met no matter how you think about it.
I was an employee at one of their client companies.
What? What are you talking about? Weren't you always unemployed and lived in your parents' house? You couldn't get married until you were past 40, and you have no children. So it's only natural to think that there was something off about you. Why would Gaston go out with such a woman?
Micaela, you really don't listen to what other people say, don't you?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I told you about my situation when you married my brother, right? I'll skip the part about me quitting my job to go with my husband, who was relocated to America, since I already told you about that recently, but I already got married once, but got divorced because my ex-husband cheated on me.
Huh?
Me and my ex-husband had a child who's now 19 years old.
You have a son?
He now goes to university in America, so there was no time for me to introduce you to him since you got married with my brother so quickly. There are 4 main points to what I just told you. I have a fiancé who's been relocated to America, and I quit my job to go with him. I'm only living in my parents' house until he finishes his work here in Italy and we move to America. I've already been married once but got divorced. And finally, I have a 19-year-old son who goes to a university in America. I thought I told all this to you already.
No way.
I mean, we're going to America today, so don't bother us from now on. Oh, and it seems like my brother has something important he needs to tell you. You should probably focus on that instead.
What?
Goodbye.
Wait, what was that about my husband? Marissa, please give me Gaston. I didn't think my husband would find out about my $70,000 of loan. He scolded me about it and made me sign her divorce papers. But if we get divorced, I won't be able to pay my debt back. So give me Gaston instead. Please, Marissa. It's not fair for you to have Gaston, who makes $120,000 a year, all to yourself. Of course he'd rather be married to me, who's only 27 years old, than an old woman in her 40s. Fine. Why don't we make a compromise? I'll be married to him only until I pay back my loan. And after that, I'll divorce him and give him back to you. What do you think? Marissa, I'm making such a good deal for you. Why don't you reply? At this rate, I'll never be able to pay back my loan.
My brother was never really interested in women, but one day, he was suddenly approached by Micaela and she pushed him enough that they got married soon after. Micaela didn't tell my brother about her loan, probably because she wanted to use my brother's money in secret to pay it off. Gaston was the one who told him about her debt. There was a time when Micaela was making repeated attempts to start a relationship with Gaston, but she was so insistent with her approaches that my husband got a little suspicious and did some investigation, which is when he found out about her huge debt. He confronted Micaela about this, and after that, stopped trying to approach Gaston. By some strange coincidence, the two met again that Tuesday. All her secrets were now exposed, and even though she wasn't forced to pay an alimony, rumors started to spread as to why she got divorced. Since my fiancé has quite a few connections in the region, no man would approach her after that since they knew she was dangerous. Having no other choice, Micaela found a job in a brothel and now works every day, paying off her debt little by little.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hello, Matteo. Your lunchbox was made by your wife again today, right? I'll eat it for you.
Sorry, but I already ate it.
What? What do you mean you already ate it? But lunch break just started.
I told our department head that you were stealing my lunchboxes these last few days, and he let me take my lunch break 15 minutes earlier than anyone else.
What? You told our manager? But I was so looking forward to your lunch today.
Please stop messing around, Stella. Why do you always try to take my lunchbox?
Because I don't bring my own lunchbox.
There's a cafeteria in the office, and there's even a convenience store that's only a minute walk from here.
It's such a hassle. And besides, it costs money, right?
That's not my problem.
What? You're being so mean, Matteo. I've told you this several times already, but I'm a single mother and have 3 children. I have to take care of them, so I need to save money and time in whatever way I can. Don't you get it? That's why I always take your lunchbox. We need to help each other in whatever way we can.
All right, but why always me then? It still wouldn't be okay if you did this to another person, though.
That's simple. Because your wife makes the best lunchboxes around here. You see, I helped myself for a sampling of everyone's lunchboxes on my first day here, and your wife's food was by far the best.
Okay. I'll tell her you like her food, I guess, but when have you ever helped me, Stella?
Don't I always help you out with work? Oh, and don't tell her that I liked her food.
All right. But don't you always just make a mess and I have to take care of it by doing overtime?
Come on. You're being so mean, Mateo. I can't help it if I make a few mistakes after all. I've only been here for a few weeks.
Anyways, we're getting off topic. The lunchbox I bring to work is something that my wife made for me. She doesn't make these so you can eat them, Stella.
I know. Why not just ask your wife to make a lunchbox for me as well? That way I won't have to take yours anymore. Come on, help me save some time and money. It's called cooperation, Mateo.
This isn't cooperation, so no. This is called you stealing my lunchbox.
What? You're so mean, Mateo.
Besides, I've already finished eating today.
But then what am I supposed to eat for lunch?
You're not a child, so figure it out yourself. Didn't you at least bring your wallet with you? Go buy a sandwich or something.
I already told you. I'm the single mother of 3 children, so I have to save time and money in whatever way possible. Buying a sandwich will cost me precious money. Since you didn't give me your lunchbox today, go buy me something at the cafeteria.
Huh? No, I'm not going to buy you anything at the cafeteria. Please don't contact me again about stuff unrelated to work. Bye.
What? You're not going to buy me anything at the cafeteria? You're so stingy, Mateo. I bet you wouldn't say that to your wife.
Hi, Rena. I just got out of the office and I'm on the train now.
Got it. You were able to go home at the time you were supposed to today, I see.
Yep. I decided that I wouldn't do overtime today no matter what. I was able to finish all my work right as I was supposed to leave.
Thanks for your hard work. That reminds me, were you able to eat your lunchbox today? I know that this weirdo from work's been stealing your lunchboxes recently.
Yep. Stella wasn't able to steal my lunchbox today. I spoke with my manager and told him about the situation, and he let me take my lunch break 15 minutes earlier than everyone else.
I see. That's good then. But didn't the manager try to stop Stella from stealing the lunchboxes or anything?
He did. He gave Stella a warning, but judging by these texts she's been sending me, it had no effect on her. Ugh. I can't just leave for my lunch break 15 minutes earlier than everyone else every day from now on. It's going to be inconvenient for work. Not to mention that Stella will probably just find another person to steal lunchboxes from.
I understand. So, you need to do something about the root of the problem, right? But still, she really seems to love those lunchboxes I make. This Stella is a part-time worker who joined the company a month ago, and is the single mother for 3 children, right? And it all started when you were eating lunch at the cafeteria with your colleagues, when she suddenly just took an egg roll from your lunchbox without warning?
Yeah, that happened a week ago. Suddenly, a hand reached out from behind me and stole my egg roll. It was so sudden I didn't even have time to stop her.
Wow. I can't believe those are the actions of a grown adult.
Yeah, I can't believe it either. So the day after that, she stole my lunchbox, which I put in the refrigerator. The next day, I put it in my desk with some ice packs instead so she wouldn't steal it. She still managed to take it from me while I was gone. I had gone to the toilet for a bit before our lunch break, and it was gone when I returned. This was yesterday, but today I was finally able to eat my lunch thanks to my manager letting me go on my lunch break early.
Well, she seems very determined. I guess she just really likes my cooking a lot. But but I feel like she no longer wants to eat your lunchbox, but is finding pleasure in the act of stealing itself.
So that's what you think too? I think she just finds this whole situation amusing and enjoys stealing my lunchboxes, kind of like a bully from school. I wonder if there's any good solution to this.
I think the easiest thing would be to just not bring lunchboxes anymore.
I guess that's an option, but well, we should make that the last resort when nothing else works. It'll make me feel like we lost to her, you know?
Yep, I agree. I always loved cooking, and it was always my dream to one day be able to make lunchboxes for my husband. I don't want it to end with me not making you lunchboxes anymore. Am I just being selfish here?
No, not at all. I feel the same way. I'm not going to let her ruin my time of relaxation and enjoyment, eating the lunch my wife made for me no matter what. Anyways, I think I'll try talking to our manager again tomorrow.
Yep, I'm counting on you. Make sure she gets what she deserves.
How are you feeling, Rena?
Oh, hi, Mateo. It hurts a bit still, but I feel better than I did in the morning thanks to those pills. Sorry I'm not able to make you a lunchbox today. To think I was so excited to make you a lunchbox yesterday.
It's fine. Don't bother about it. You'll have only gotten worse if you pushed yourself too hard and made me a lunchbox.
You're right. Thanks.
You know, I think I'll go home in the afternoon today.
But isn't that going to set you back at work?
Nah, don't worry about it. Anyways, your mother came to see you today because she didn't have work, right? They're going to be leaving for a trip this weekend, so she'll probably have to leave early today for preparation.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm not that busy with work right now, so it's not going to be that big of an inconvenience if I leave home early today. Even my manager said that I could leave early so I could check on my wife. He's even letting me text you while I'm at work.
I see. If that's the case, then I'll take you up on your offer.
Alright. I'll go home as soon as I fill out the necessary papers.
Yep. Thanks, Mateo. Hi, Mateo. Where's my lunchbox for today? Where did you hide it? Tell me.
I don't have a lunchbox today.
Huh? Why not?
My wife wasn't able to make me a lunchbox today because she's sick.
Huh? Just because she's sick, she doesn't make a lunchbox anymore? This wife of yours is useless, Mateo. Then what am I supposed to eat? I'm going to have nothing to eat for lunch again because of you. This day for sure, I'm going to make you buy me lunch at the cafeteria.
Don't you dare insult my wife like that. I don't care if you got nothing to eat for lunch. I told you to figure it out yourself, alright? Today was a half day for me, and I'm currently on my way home. So no, I'm not going to buy you anything at the cafeteria either.
Huh? Why did you go home?
I'm worried about my wife, so I decided to take a leave.
What? Seriously? Your wife can't take care of herself or something?
I'm sorry, but goodbye.
Jesus. Both you and your wife are useless, it seems. Hey, Mateo. What's this lunchbox your wife made for me today? Does she want to bully me or something? So rude.
Yes? What is it you want now, Stella?
Hold on. Don't tell me that the lunchboxes up until now were made using frozen foods, and for some reason your wife, who's terrible at cooking, decided to make it from scratch today.
I'll ask you again. What in the world are you talking about?
I'm talking about today's lunchbox. The one that was underneath your desk.
I really don't understand what you're saying right now, Stella.
I said, I ate the lunchbox your wife made for you today, but the food tasted bad for some reason.
Huh?
Seriously, so that's what bad food tastes like. Are you sure your wife's taste buds are okay? What in the world were those condiments she put in there?
But I plan on eating out for the day since I'm not going to be in the office.
Huh? What do you mean you're not going to be in the office? Then whose lunchbox is this then?
I'm going to go to my clients directly from home and then go home from there as well. Bringing my lunchbox around with me would be a bit inconvenient, don't you think?
Yeah, but there was a lunchbox underneath your desk. Which means that it was the lunchbox your wife made for you, right?
Hold on. I don't think that's my lunchbox, but Rosario's lunchbox. He's the guy who sits next to me.
What? This was Rosario's lunchbox? Why the hell is it under your desk?
I'll explain it to you, but first, is your stomach feeling alright?
Huh? Why are you asking? My stomach feels fine, just thank you.
You see, I just got a text from Rosario earlier. Rosario went to work on Saturday as well, and since the company cafeteria was closed, he brought his own lunchbox. And so he put the lunchbox on the edge of his desk, but apparently he found it distracting, so he put it under my desk instead.
No, but I just ate this lunchbox earlier. I'm not talking about this Saturday, Mateo.
I haven't finished talking yet. It seems Rosario was really upset and forgot to eat lunch. By the time he was supposed to go home, he had forgotten about the lunchbox he put under my desk and went home without it.
So what you're saying is...
Yup. He says he only remembered right before today's lunch break. He said to me, I know there's a lunchbox under your desk, but it's my lunchbox that I forgot on Saturday. Just leave it, okay? It seems he was panicking a bit when he contacted me.
What? Why did you just leave something like that under your desk? Why didn't you take care of it in the morning?
I told you. I went to our clients directly from home today, and I'm going to go directly home from there as well. Weren't you listening to a word I said? And it's Rosario's day off today as well, so he couldn't have cleaned it up whether he wanted to or not.
So the lunchbox that I ate was...
Yes, it was Rosario's lunchbox, which he forgot under my desk 2 days ago. You must have thought it was mine, and as usual, tried to steal it.
Wait. Ew, that's disgusting. You just let me eat something like that? Are you trying to kill me or something?
Well, it was Rosario who left his lunchbox there for some reason. But you shouldn't be trying to eat others' lunchboxes in the first place, Stella.
Oh.
What is it?
You had to tell me that story, didn't you? Now my stomach feels strange because of it.
You probably want to go see a doctor.
Where's the fucking toilet? You need to pay me an alimony. 30,000 euros minimum.
Huh? Why in the world do I have to pay you alimony?
Because I was taken away by an ambulance and hospitalized because of you. You caused me a lot of pain and distress.
How in the world is this my fault?
If you had just gone to work as you usually did, this never would have happened. I got out of the hospital yesterday, but I kept vomiting and I had diarrhea too. Pay me both an alimony and the hospitalization expenses. Also, pay me my salary for the days I wasn't able to work. Oh, and pay for my living expenses for a while too.
Apparently you said the same thing to Rosario?
Of course I did. It was also his fault for leaving his lunchbox there. I almost died, you know.
About that. When Rosario found out that I wasn't at the office, he contacted our other colleagues as well about the lunchbox he had forgotten.
Huh? What are you trying to say?
And so one of the other employees tried to throw away the inside of the lunchbox, but that's when you suddenly shoved him aside, shouting, "That's my lunchbox."
I thought that he was trying to steal the lunchbox. That's why I shoved him.
Weren't you trying to steal the lunchbox yourself? And besides, only you would think of doing such a thing. This employee wasn't you after all.
What? Are you calling me a thief or something? I told you already that I'm doing this to save time and money. I'm a single mother that has to take care of 3 children, you know. The least you could do is give me your lunchbox.
But isn't that attitude what got you in the hospital in the first place? I think that one would normally notice if the contents of a lunchbox are 2 days old by how it smells and how it looks. Why did you eat it anyways? Did you seriously not notice it was rotten?
Well, it did kind of stink when I opened it, but I just assumed that your wife's cooking was actually bad, and that everything until now was frozen food.
So you thought up all that, but you didn't consider that it was rotten. That reminds me, I heard that you were fired, Stella.
How in the world did you know that?
There was an announcement in the company chat. I thought that you were only stealing my lunchboxes, but apparently you were stealing some of the company stuff as well.
Are you judging me or something? You don't know what it's like having to raise 3 children on your own. I need to save money in any way that I can.
Yes, I don't know what it's like, but I'm sure it's a lot of work. It doesn't mean that you can steal things, though.
Don't you feel any sort of pity for me? My husband suddenly divorced me and left me with his 3 children, and now I have to take care of them on my own.
That's unfortunate, but no, I don't pity you. Maybe if you hadn't stolen my lunchboxes several days in a row, I would have.
Huh? But I only did that precisely because I was so pitiful.
And I know that you're lying to me when you say that your husband suddenly divorced you and left you with his 3 children. I heard that you actually got divorced with your husband because you cheated on him. But not only that, but the father of your children wasn't him either. And so you aren't able to receive child support from him.
How the hell do you know that?
Your parents came to the office to apologize for your actions. They told everyone at the office about your past.
Seriously? My parents came to the office? Who do they think I am? A child?
Well, it does seem like you can't find something to eat on your own, so... Anyways, your parents gave me some money as an apology for you stealing the lunchbox my wife made me. So please, don't come near me ever again.
Hold on. What about the alimony and the hospitalization fees? The hospitalization fees cost 5,000 euros, and for the alimony, I'm going to make you pay 30,000 euros. And you're going to pay for me and my 3 children's living expenses for the near future. I know. If you're not going to pay me the money, then take responsibility for your actions and marry me. It's a generous offer, right? All you have to do is divorce your current wife and marry me instead. And I'll forget about the alimony and hospitalization fees. All you'd have to do is provide for me and my 3 children.
Are you being serious right now? Why the hell do you think I would want to marry you?
It doesn't matter what you want. You have to pay for what you did to me by marrying me and providing for me and my children.
Absolutely not. Goodbye. I wonder what she was thinking when she told me to marry her. It seems my wife understood, though. My wife was next to me while me and Stella were having this conversation by text. And when Stella told me to marry her, my wife said, I was right all along. I asked her what she meant, and she said that Stella probably fell in love with me and so stole the lunchboxes that Rena made for me because she viewed my wife as an enemy and rival. I unconsciously grimaced and said, ew, when she told me that. Stella, on the other hand, was forced to go home to her parents along with her 3 children. At a later date, the company asked her to pay for the damages she had caused stealing stuff. It was only 1 month since she had joined the company before she left, but as you can tell from the bill, 50,000 euros. Stella messed up real bad. It seems like she's now working from day to night every day. But since almost all of this goes to her payment of the alimony and damage costs, she has no money to spend on her own appearance. Apparently, she was seen going to work with clothes that looked like they were 30 years old one time.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.